Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm talking all things no buy challenges. If you have been on YouTube following financial channels for a while, I'm sure you are inundated with no buy videos. So in this video, this is my take on how I am going to be using this no buy strategy to significantly reduce my spending in 2025 and hopefully use that as a stepping stool to handle all of the mountain of debt that I have. Let's go ahead and get started. So what exactly is a no-buy challenge? A no-buy challenge is simply a commitment to yourself to pause all unnecessary spending. And you pause this unnecessary spending for a specific period of time. What has been popular is for people to do no-buy years. So that's kind of like the most popular time frame. But the reality is most of us cannot just jump from never having really done it to a full year, because a year is a long time, honey. Let's be honest. But you can also do a no buy day, a no buy week, a no buy month, and depending on how crazy you are, a no buy hour. But if we're doing a no buy hour, oh honey, I mean, we have other things to be working on. So the idea is to really focus on mindful consumption, to kind of curb your buying impulses, and to save money by purchasing only your essentials. Right? If you're wondering just how bad is my debt, we'll link a video in the cards up here and in the description below showing you my debt confession, the updated debt confession of 2025. And if you kind of want to get the context to that debt, we're also going to be linking up here and down there my year in review video that kind of gives you the context as to how I got into that debt and what I plan on doing to get rid of it. Of the many strategies that I will be using to get rid of my debt, the biggest one for 2024 is to really tighten up my spending. The biggest one for 2025, I apologize, not 2024, is to tighten up my spending. In 2024, I just incurred a whole lot of costs because I moved 3 times. Yes, you hear that. 3 different times cross country. And I also acquired a new property in a rural area, and I had to hire somebody full time. I knew nothing about how to manage a farm, so it's been an interesting journey. However, now in 2025, we've settled. I'm still going to have costs for my business. I get that. But for the most part, I've reached a place where things have settled down and I'm now going to be very intentional in slashing my expenses drastically. And even in my monthly budget with me videos, I'm going to start showing you guys the side by side in the year prior to the current month to really see how I am reducing that spending. If you are on YouTube and you follow financial videos, I am sure you are inundated with no buy videos. So I really apologize for being another person bringing you a no buy video. But truly, no buy challenges are a great way to start restructuring your mindset and to become a little bit more intentional in your spending. So the idea is to focus on more mindful consumption, to curb your spending impulses, and to really focus on only buying your essentials and not anything else that is unnecessary. So as I mentioned earlier, right, there are different types of no-buy challenges. If you are somebody who just need to get started, baby steps, do a no-buy day, right? I know for a lot of people during the week, they're going to be really good, but on weekends, that's when the challenge comes, right? You go to the mall on the weekend and then you start mindlessly spending on things that you see at the mall. Do a no-buy day. Maybe for the next month, you will do a no-buy Saturday. You will do 1 no-buy day challenge. And if you can deal with a no-buy day, make it a full week. Pause all of the discretionary, unnecessary spending for a full week. And once you can handle a full week, take it to a month. Don't spend anything unnecessary for a month. If you can survive a month, do a quarter, right? So the time frame is really up to you. The goal here is that you are structuring what works best for you, right? The 4 key dates that I have are usually no by day, no by weeks, no by month, and no by years, but you can also have a no by quarter. Right? 12-week challenge. I'm sure that's also another popular book on the different finance channels. So the rules are rules that you set for yourself, right? So you can follow a lot of people's rules, but eventually you want to figure out which rules make sense for you. So here are kind of like some key goals that are common in a lot of no-buy challenges. So the goal is first to save money. So by reducing wasteful spending, you're accumulating money for your savings, right? So the purpose, 1, save your money. 2, decluttering. Along with the no-buy year, a lot of people attach it to decluttering things around their house. So you end up using what you already have instead of accumulating more things. Women, we are notorious for buying 15 different lipsticks that we're never going to use, extra mascara, things that we're not using. And by forcing yourself to not buy any more than what you already have in your house, you are not just reducing the amount of clutter that you have, but you're also using up the things that you have and you're saving money. The third benefit of the challenge is that you are increasing mindful consumption. So you're breaking the habit of impulse buying, right? Because I think most of us are not even aware that we're impulse buyers. We just think that we're good. However, when you start this challenge, this is really when you realize, I'm an addict, save me, right? Most people who are addicts don't realize that they're addicts until they are forced to stop what they're doing. And most of us, when it comes to spending, it's the same, right? When you actually force to stop what you're doing, you will realize that, ooh, this is not good. The fourth reason or key goals of the buy challenge that is very common is that it helps people reset the habits that they have and their relationship with money. So you end up building a healthier relationship with money by focusing on the things you need and not always your wants, right? I feel like there is nothing wrong with every once in a while getting the things that you want, but for most of us, it skews more towards our wants versus our needs, and we don't really understand the difference between what a want is and what a need is. We all know those people who are like, I need to buy that extra pair of shoes or jeans. I need more jeans. And then you're like, honey, you have 6 pairs over here, but no, those don't fit me right. This, and that. It just really helps you to become more conscientious. It's like, honey, a pair of jeans is not a need, it's a want. And there's nothing wrong with it, but we have to be able to know the difference between a need and a want. So here are my personal rules that I'm going to be using this year with the No Buy Challenge. My goal is to make it a year, but I'm going to be taking it step by step, 1 month at a time, 1 quarter at a time, 1 week and 1 day at a time. I want to regain my financial discipline, my budgeting discipline. So the goal behind my No Buy Year Challenge is not just spending, but also habit formation, right? So with that, it aligns with a lot of people's goals. I don't necessarily want to increase my savings, but for me, I want to reduce my debt. Spending less money, all the money that I'm getting, that I'm saving, by spending less, I can put towards paying down credit card debt. And hopefully raising my credit score as well, because in about 2 to 3 years, I will need to buy another property because that's what your girl does, right? And I also want to be better prepared for emergencies. As of right now, I am very borderline when it comes to my emergency savings account. I'm not a believer in Dave Ramsey's strategy of only having $1,000 in your emergency fund. I need a good $15,000, $20,000 in my emergency fund just to start feeling good. Ideally, because of all of my mortgages, I need to be more at that $30,000 range to really feel better. So hence the reason I'm probably going to be doing No Buy years for the next 3 or 4 years. So here are the rules. So the rules are going to be broken down into no buys, low buys, and replacements. So the things I will not be buying, I will absolutely not be buying for 2020, 2025, unless I absolutely don't have it and it's a true need, are going to be beauty products. There is no need, zero. I should be buying any beauty products. I don't need foundation. I don't need makeup. I don't need anything because I'm in the industry. I literally have an arsenal of them in my backyard, and I can usually whip up my own moisturizer. I'm going to show you guys how I will be DIYing products for hair and for body. I think that's probably a video that would come, right? I've never really showcased my cosmetic scientist prowess on this channel, but I might have to do it for 2025 because we are not buying beauty products. No. And books, nope. I'm actually going to be canceling my Audible, and I will be going to the library and using the library audiobooks and also using the library's books, right? If there's a book that's really burning inside of me, I will get it at the library. Home decor and furnishing. After setting up the Airbnb in 2024, no. I am not spending another penny on home decor. I have more than enough home decor, so no more spending money on that in 2025. We are going to work with the things we got. Kitchen gadgets. Nope. If something breaks, I will learn to deal with it, or I will buy it on Facebook Marketplace. Stockpiling. Am I the only one who has this disease? It's so bad. Because of my scarcity mindset, I always fear that I wouldn't end up having enough of something. So with almost everything in my house, I end up buying 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same thing. T-shirt, buy 4 different 5 colors. Honey, the store is still gonna be there. Your checks are still coming. Why do you need 3 or 4 of the same thing today right now? So the whole stockpiling thing, I'm Xing that. And also something else that I'm gonna stop doing, buying things in bulk at Costco. Unless it's really a necessity, I'm not going to Costco or Sam's to buy things in bulk. I'm going to buy what I need, and then I am going to use it up until it's completely done. So buying body washes, shampoo, and stocking up or buying in bulk because it's going to save me 20 cents, no. I'm done with that. And then any miscellaneous items, right? Decorations, organization stuff. Oh, we're not doing that. Even for my business, I have the things that I need. I really wanted to buy another camera. No, we're not going to do that. We are going to work with the things we have until we've paid down the debt or we're making enough income to be able to carry our expenses. Those are the things I am not buying during the no buy challenge. So certain things I'm going to be replacing, right? So these are the rules for my replacement only items. Electronics. Let's say something happens to my phone. I need a phone. Let's say something happens to my computer, my laptop. I need it. But even then, because I have a work laptop, I have my iPad and the phone, there really should be no reason for me to buy any of this equipment in 2025. I do not like mixing work and personal, but for just 2025, if something was to happen to my computer, I do have a desktop. I would primarily be using my desktop, but let's say I'm traveling for work, I might use my work computer for some personal stuff, but knock on wood, that doesn't happen in 2025. Office supplies. Yes, if I run out of certain office supplies like pens, my printers replace printers ink, of course I'm going to replace that. Toiletries and skincare like body wash and stuff like that, I will not buy in bulk, but I will buy one at a time until that thing is completely gone. But when it comes to even body products, I am personally moving away from buying things to DIYing them myself. The next one, household cleaning stuff. So for example, instead of buying the Clorox all-purpose cleaner, I'm going to make my own all-purpose cleaner with water, vinegar. I bought the 75% vinegar online. So much better. A little bit of Dawn dish soap, and I'm going to use that to do most of my cleaning. Right? And for disinfecting, a little bit of Clorox, a little bit of, alcohol. Those are the things I'm going to be using. They are significantly cheaper. I can easily make them at home. I do not need to be going out there and buying household cleaning stuff. Even my laundry detergent, I'm going to be supplementing that with Dawn dish soap. So Dawn dish soap is probably going to be one of the things that I'm going to buy in bulk because I will be using it for a lot of things around the house. Cleaning, laundry, washing my dishes. So we're not going to be spending too much money on even laundry detergent. I'm going to be primarily using Dawn dish soap, okay? It works, and baking soda. So if you haven't seen those videos on girls showing you how to DIY your home cleaning products, please do watch them, because it's the safer way and the less chemically approach. And I should know better because everything is a chemical, but anyhow, right? So if you just wanted to reduce the amount of extra chemicals that go into your home, and you also want to save money, DIY your cleaning products. Trust me, I've been doing it actually since 2012. Just every once in a while I get into a bind and I buy those products, but ideally I've always been a DIY cleaning product girl. It also helps to keep the bottom of your sink cabinets free of all of the extra individual products that drive me crazy. Anyhow, that's a tangent. Let's go back to the no-buy year. Now, things that for me will not necessarily be a no-buy, but these will be my low-buy, right? So these are things that I will be managing how much of these things I am actually paying for. My controlled purchases in like specific categories. These are the low-buy stuff. Business supplies of freelancers online. So I'm putting freelancers under these categories. I think that in order for me to succeed in the business that I'm wanting to build in the next 5 years, I'm going to need help with some tasks. I cannot sacrifice on that. Like, in order to grow this YouTube channel, I work a full-time job that's really heavy. I'm probably going to get a part-time job. It's worth me investing for somebody to help me with editing the videos. I will still be filming them. I will still be managing a lot of the tasks, but the editing, I'm going to outsource to someone else to do, because I'm not going to lie, it's not my favorite thing. And if you're going to succeed in your business, outsource the things that you do not like doing so you can actually make progress. But I will reduce the number of freelancers I've had. Clothing, unless it's absolutely work related or there's a specific event that I'm required to be there and I scoured through all of my clothes and didn't find anything, then I'll buy something. So my clothes really reduced. Gifts, I still give gifts to family overseas, specifically my grandmother whom I love. I will not stop doing that. I may reduce the amount that I'm sending over there because she's better off with a nanny who is financially stable, but that is something I'm gonna keep doing. I'm just gonna reduce how much, right? Experiences and activities. So on this one, when it comes to activities, I'm going to primarily look for free activities. Now, if it's business related, or like it's a place where I can go and maybe collect some business cards to grow my email list, etc., then at that point, I will consider paying for that event. But for the most part, I will stick to free events. And for work, sometimes I'm sent overseas. And when I'm sent overseas, I take advantage of the fact that the plane ticket is already paid for to visit a few other cities in the area. That I'm also gonna do. I'm just gonna keep it. I just won't be doing as much of it as I've done in the past. So these are the low buy rules. So we talked about the no buys, we talked about the replacements, and then we talked about the low buys. Now, this is really important. Here are the things that are allowed. I would really hope that this doesn't need to be said, but I think that there are always people out there who may be a little bit confused. Your bills, your rent, your mortgage, I mean, you still have to pay for your obligations, right? I mean, hopefully it goes without saying. Health stuff, medicine, vitamins, you should be paying for those because that's health related. For me, business expenses, I have rental properties, I have Airbnbs, and like I mentioned earlier, for my online business and my financial coaching business, I do hire freelancers who help me in the business. I will still be spending some money on those expenses. So you're not cutting back every single expense. Wouldn't that be great for us to just wake up and decide, I am not spending money on anything? But no, your obligation, your bills are still a priority. Now, when it comes to things like subscriptions, it's up to you which subscriptions you want to pay for. I'm one of those people where at this point, getting rid of $15 a month, especially if it's a subscription I enjoy, I don't know if it makes that much of a dent, right? I can go drive an Uber for a few hours and offset that cost. But I am going to be cognizant of how many subscriptions I pay for. I've already started cutting back on some of them. So, and for the most part, YouTube is where I've really been forcing myself to spend most of my time. I think 1 or 2 subscriptions is good enough. I will never go rid of Max. Never, ever, ever. Oh, actually, here is something that I did when it comes to subscription. Tangent. Thank you for allowing me a tangent. So start looking at your credit cards. When it comes to subscriptions, you guys, here is a great tip that you're often not thinking about. You could get subscriptions for free, or you can get bundles at a significantly lower rate. If you have Comcast, in Denver, it's called Xfinity. I was able to get Netflix, Apple TV, and Peacock for $15 a month. Bundles are great. Disney has a bundle of Disney Plus, Max, and Hulu for, I believe, about $16.99. So between those 2 alone, I don't need any more subscriptions. 2 subscriptions, 6 different streaming services, that is all you need. And then, of course, if you have Walmart Plus, you automatically have Paramount, unless they change that. If you have certain credit cards, look at your credit cards and see which one of them are going to give you a reimbursement on your subscriptions. So for example, Uber, I Uber a lot for work. Uber Eats, and I Uber to the airport to and fro. And when I travel, instead of renting a car, often I would use an Uber. You guys, one of my credit cards give me a free Uber membership. So when it comes to subscriptions, look at your credit cards, look at the things that you're signing up for. You could be significantly reducing how much you pay, or you could bundle more than one service so that you're getting more value for your money. Of course, with bundles, you do have commercials, but you know what, honey? When you are trying to pay down debt, or you don't have a lot of income coming in, beggars can be choosers. We will sit there and we will watch those commercials, honey. Tangent over. So how exactly do I plan on succeeding with this no buy year for 2024? So I am putting in place a few things, right? So it's like I'm habit stacking. No buy year is one of the tools that I'm using. I'm also using intermittent fasting. So lately what I've been doing, I stopped eating breakfast altogether. My goal is to also eventually stop eating lunch. Not only is that good for my body, because your girl needs to lose some weight and boost her energy so that I have the energy to do all of the things that I need to do to pay down this debt, but intermittent fasting also helps you save money significantly, because instead of me having to buy coffee creamer, and breakfast foods, I have completely eliminated that category for my food. So I'm really hoping that that would reflect itself in my spending at the grocery store next year. And when I eliminate lunch, it's going to be even better, because now that is 2 meals that I'm eliminating. So very much lots of savings. So that's a daily practice. The other daily practice that I am using is minimalism. You can see even with my clothes, I've opted now for wearing the same clothes in a lot of my videos, because to be honest, I do not need a closet full of clutter. In my office, I will be getting rid of stuff and sell as much as I can. So just moving away from the mindset of consumption and always having a whole lot of things around you, into a mindset of having freedom in my head, in my space, and even in my computer, right? Just cleaning up as much as I can. So by habit stacking, no buy year, reducing spending on frivolous things, intermittent fasting, reducing how much food I consume, and minimalism, reducing how much clutter I have around me, all of these things are habits that I'm stacking up to help me succeed in 2025. So I've already started this year, right? So my goal is to keep my freezer as empty as possible. I've been slowly decluttering. I will link a picture somewhere around here of how I decluttered my pantry, and it looks so much better because I have less things. And let me tell you something, none of the things that I decluttered I needed. I really didn't. So right now the things are in my garage, but that is something else that I will also be tackling, right? You have to take it one step at a time. You can't just throw things away. I kept some things in the garage, and I'm glad I did, because there were a few things that I needed, but not too many. In January, towards the end of January, I will go back and declutter everything, absolutely everything in the garage. When it comes to buying food, I will be a little bit more intentional in using a shopping list. So instead of just kind of randomly buying things here, I will prep meals for that week. What is the meal that I want to cook for this week? I will buy only the things that I need for that meal and cook that food. And also, I will be very intentional in using Amazon. I'm seriously considering getting rid of my Amazon Prime membership so that I'm forced to not just impulse shop on Amazon, because it's so easy. It's so easy to just mindlessly click on Amazon and buy this and buy that. So for me, Amazon and Walmart are a category on my budget because of how much I spend at both of those places. So we'll see. I'm not sure that I will be cutting back on Amazon. And for the most part, I am not an impulse buyer when it comes to clothes, but I am when it comes to like things on Amazon and food and stuff like that. So that's why those two are my biggest focus for 2025. So that right there is how I plan to win 2025 using the no buy challenges. I don't know that it will be a full year, but what I can tell you is that my commitment to reducing my spending is very real. And in a way, I have no choice. I have to. There's no if and ends or buts about it. I know that throughout the year there will be ups and downs, but for the most part, at the end of the year, I am confident that I will have significantly less in my spending. If you would like to join me on this no buy challenge, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below of a quick no buy guide so you can create your own no buy guide and start your own personal challenge. So as always, you guys, thank you for joining me for another video. Please do leave me a comment below. What are you doing to win in 2025 when it comes to your finances? Are you somebody who's now debt free and are focusing on boosting your savings, your investment? Or just like me, are you saddled with debt and you're looking for strategies to pay off that debt? Let me know how you're doing. And also, I appreciate you for watching. If you're one of those people who haven't subscribed, this is a small task for you, but for a small YouTuber like me who's trying to grow, it really does mean a lot. So please take a moment. I'm going to interrupt this video to ask you to please take a moment and click the subscribe button. If you are interested in being in community with other women who are also on their financial journey, they are working on their careers, they are working on their financial independence journey and building side hustles or side businesses, join us in the Financial Handbook community on Facebook. The link is in the description below. Stop by, say hi, and I would love to see you on there and on this channel. Thank you all so much for joining me for another video, and I will see you in the next one.